Alright, guys, we are back with a game in Master Tier. We're nearing on Grandmaster Tier with this account. Um, but we're on a game in Master Tier with Renata, and we will see how it goes. So, right now we have Varus Renata, which is a really, really strong duo lane for various reasons. Xayah Maokai is not particularly strong in early lane, so not sure what's happening here, but can't really influence that there. Okay. But we're double ranged, and both of our champions are pretty strong early laners. Um, I don't know what that was about, but it definitely hurts our early laning ability a little bit because we're going to be late to lane. But it should be fine because the Maokai started W and the Xayah also started W, so I think even though we're a little closer or a little late to lane, we should be able to just be strong enough, just in general, like our champs are pretty strong, um, to just sort of take over the lane anyways. So we didn't miss any XP, and now I'm just trying to thin out the wave a little bit. I think we hit 2 off this melee, yeah. Since they changed it. Maokai has W and E, which is crazy. And Xayah has W, probably W and Q, if I had to guess. Nice. I think my AD could have went a little bit more aggressive there. They don't have... Like, Xayah can't pull back her feathers, and Maokai can't Q us, so they're in a really tough spot. Okay, that's crazy, actually. I feel like she should die for that. Very nice. I don't think I played that particularly well, but the enemy team was forcing something just really bad. I don't know what they were doing. But now their jungler's dead under tower, and their AD died, misses all this. Their support died. My ID's 201. Pretty good. I could have maybe W'd myself. It's hard to say without looking back at it. If my W actually increased Varus's damage by a meaningful amount. I would assume that it didn't, and I could have tried Wing myself, and then maybe I could get a res off of it. But overall, the play is just too good. But Maokai actually didn't have W at all. He had E and Q. I thought for some reason that he had W level 1. That's crazy. I still have my W there, just... Their wave is in a really bad spot, and Maokai just kind of feels like the best thing they can do is fight with their wave, but as you can see, our champs are too unbalanced. And we literally won that without without any summoner spells, like Maokai ignited, I think, even. I'm not totally sure if he did or not. But this is a little unnecessary and cheeky by us, for sure. Little risky. A little risky. But yeah, as you guys can see, our lane is pretty strong. We are two pretty strong early game champions. And it is crazy to me that I picked Renata like first in this draft. Like I was red side 1-2. And they picked Maokai into it. It just seems really bad. Because it is too hard to lane. It is too hard to lane into champs like Renata as Maokai. Maokai's really good into like other tank engage type champions because of the interactions he usually has with his Q and W. But versus enchanters, if he doesn't get like cheese kills off early or really good roams, then he has a really tough time. Okay. And since lane is going so like we're dominating lanes so much, it's not really worth my time to go play for grubs. It's usually a very strong play to go roam for grubs as a support. Um, but if your lane is going so well, you don't want to just leave necessarily. That's so troll, actually. I moved the Maokai back on the Varus Q, and the Varus Q actually missed. Not exactly the synergy that you want to see, but it's okay. Not everything is going to go exactly as planned. Okay, we're killing Daisy and Maokai. Get him! Nice. I unfortunately don't have mana for my W, or else that would be crazy. Or my E. I probably would have just used my E and died. This game is going fantastically well. I will say, I'm not super sure which one I want. Usually I just go lock it on Renata because it's so OP. So I'll just do that. Something that a lot of players don't recognize on Renata is that you don't really need any like AP doesn't really help Renata that much as an enchanter because her E is like this usually inconsistent to land shield and her W doesn't really get affected by AP in any significant way because the main usefulness of her W is the revive of it, rather than any like real stat boost you would get. So you can just build like Locket Redemption type stuff on Renata and feel really good about it. Even when Warmogs was more OP, I would see players go Warmogs on Renata. Warmogs is a less viable item these days for support because of the nerfs, but Um, that's the kind of build path you want, is more utility items. Like Locket is just too broken to not buy. So enemy team is kind of giving up on bot lane. Maokai roamed top earlier, so we're just gonna take this spot tower. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna follow this just in case. Okay. At this point, usually kind of similarly to Lulu, I like to start maxing my W after 3 points in E, because your E is kind of just like a lane phase damage trading ability, but your actual useful good ability is your W as Renata. And the same thing for Lulu. So lane phase kind of over at this point, not really necessary to keep putting points in my E. So I'll be maxing my W, get more Ws off in fights, get more impactful Ws, etc. As the game goes on. Whoops, I don't have a stack there. But this game is going kind of pretty well. Our CS numbers compared to their CS is pretty insane. On top of all the kills and the first tower, with minimal jungle interference. Like when our jungle showed up, theirs was usually there too. Renata's just a big time, like, she's a pretty unique champ in the way that she is. She's just so dangerous in lane without actually dealing all that much damage. She just has this like crazy threat to her, and she's an impactful um team fighter, obviously, with her W and her ulti and everything. But in solo queue, it can be hard to make her work, to be completely honest. So she definitely functions the best in matchups like this, where the enemy AD is kind of short range. I have a pretty lane dominant AD already, and the enemy support is something like this that I can just destroy in trades. I'm holding my ult until they actually commit onto us. Okay. Oh wow. I cannot believe my not I can't believe that we just don't have the damage to kill her there with Elise and Yasuo and my W. It's actually kind of crazy. Nice. Got a shutdown off Riven. They actually don't have any damage either. These 3 champs, he's actually gonna 1v4 my Varus. Uh-oh. It's dodgeball time. Oh. Sheesh. Nice. As you can see, this I guess I shouldn't have tried to help my jungler. I don't know. I didn't think I would die for that, but I shouldn't have committed to the play for so long. But as you guys can see, we get this giant early game lead, and at this point, I'm pretty much like gonna be attached to my AD carry, because they are ridiculously strong. And Renata's one of those champs, um, that it can just be really, really tough to get through all of her different ways to save her AD. Like, I have Locket Shield, my E Shield, my Q Peel, my ulti, obviously, and my W kind of go without saying. But I have so many different tools to. Okay. I have so many different tools to save my AD and help them in a team fight that it can be really tough. It can be really tough on the enemy team to get through all of it. And that is where Renata really shines. She's like a more effective in team fights and a slightly better laning Tom Kench. Almost. But very different in a lot of ways too. So it's hard. It's hard to make that kind of comparison. Yeah, let's kill Daisy. Good, good. Oh! He died to Riven ult. Wow. Help me, Elise. Run. Maybe they'll start going on Elise now. I think they might start chasing Elise now. Ooh, I have empowered recall. Nice. Actually out. Nice. Ooh, I should have definitely W'd my Varus, but I didn't. I don't know. I was just too busy talking to myself or something. I didn't quite realize that he was as low as he was. He was below half, and Riven still had ulti, of course. So definitely should use my W ability rather than not using it. But that's kind of the thing with Renata, is you got to make sure that you time your W well, because if you use it too early in a fight and you kind of just use it just to give chase potential, because it gives move speed towards enemies and it gives some attack speed, so you might feel like you need it to improve damage in a fight, but you have to do that very, very sparingly and carefully. Okay. I guess we'll be killing you then. And you have to use it more as a way to save your team rather than a way to deal extra damage. Okay, there are no extra Xerath ultis. He was getting chased. So that time, I learned my lesson. I just threw my W down. I wasn't going to let any stupid stuff happen to my Varus. So, at least he lived. But yeah, that's kind of the tightrope that you walk a little bit. Nice. Here, I kind of just want Yasuo to deal max damage, because he's nowhere near dying. Now he's pretty close to dying. I'm just going to leave him. If he gets out, he gets out. If he doesn't, then unlucky. I can't really help him anyways. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. It's not really a good habit to sell pink wards like this, but I do think a finished redemption is better. Is better than a pink ward here. I could definitely get Mikhail's, because I could get Maokai ult, Xerath stun, Riven stun, Ivern Q, all that stuff off my AD. But we're just so ahead as a team that I think just the team-wide redemption heal will be the most effective. Oh. I feel like I'm committing a sin here by leaving my AD carry. Somehow he's gonna die. Is the feeling that I get. Just giving my jungler vision here. And a heal. For the assist. I was hoping to do damage, but whatever. Nice. The enemy AD carry is just so desperate for gold. They're just kind of pushing out onto the map for it and just dying. Nice. This is an odd fight. Nice. We got him, boys. We can just go to Baron and do Baron here pretty freely. We might get Xerath ulted. I forget if he actually used it or not, but we should be fine. Renata shield is pretty decent to do Baron, because you can hit your whole team with it. They're TPing for this on Xerath. Ooh. Good smite, Renata. This game, unfortunately, we're currently... I don't want to speak too soon and then have a crazy throw happen or something. We are currently a little too far ahead for my Renata ulti to really, like, go crazy in a team fight or something. Nice. I would have loved to pull the Xerath back with my Q, but I was just stunned. It would have gone or gotten the Yasuo ulti off, but okay. It's just really tough for Maokai to really do anything. Here I think it's valid to have W'd my Yasuo, but see now I would love my W there for Varus. See, that's the thing. That is the thing. If you don't I'm not gonna waste my flash, they can chase me down. If you don't make use, like really good use of your 1W in a team fight, then it can come back to bite you. Unfortunately. But I am probably just going to build into a Mikhail's because why not? It's kind of annoying because it's a ton of different actives, but it's just the best item to get. So it is what it is. I think this game shouldn't go too much longer, and that's really kind of the gist of it with Renata. You kind of have to hope to get ahead early game or have some person that you can play around with your W in the game, whether that's your AD carry or your jungler, or you know, maybe your mid is really strong. Like if my Yasuo got super fed, it wouldn't be bad to save my Ws for him. Um, and then you better hope that there's some team fights going on in your game. Otherwise, you're kind of not useful. But in solo queue, team fights are always going to happen, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. Just going to ulti. Aw. I wanted a zoning ulti there. Come on. Aw. Nice. My redemption was useful. We almost killed the Riven. Oh, goodness. Oh my. Get out of there, buddy. Ooh, let's go. Nice. That was a pretty high elo one. I mean, we got some pro players, some challenger players in this game. So I'm pretty happy with that. We completely destroyed bot lane. Even though we got like Elise came late, but we got level 2, level 3 ganked by Ivern and managed to turn that into a really, really, really giant lead for the rest of the game. So yeah, I hope you guys can take something away from that game. Renata's got some strong laning, even though she has not the most damage ever. She has really um, uniquely high utility abilities to create some kind of advantage. And then you gotta pull that advantage through and make use of her ult in the later stages of the game. But yeah, that game was pretty good. And if you guys have any feedback or any questions or whatever, then I will be there to answer them in the comments. But yeah, I will see you guys next time.